Hi guys, come in and let me know in the comment if you can hear me. Welcome. I'm waiting for you guys to come in. I'm not sure if the live is connected. You can hear me. Okay, you guys can hear me. Excellent. Hi everyone. Hi. Welcome to live. Hello everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining. So as I stated in the title, today we're going to learn the particles 에서, 에게, and 로. And four of them are what confuse a lot of learners. So today we're going to dive into it specifically. So I don't know how many of you are following my Instagram, but just yesterday I posted a preview note of what we're going to learn today. So before we start the lesson, to those of you who are not really familiar with the term particles, let's look at the definition first so that you don't get too confused and get lost. So particles in Korean are like prepositions in English. So words like in, at, to, for, by, right? So in this sentence, in is a preposition, right? The only difference is that Korean particles are put after a noun. So as you can see here in this sentence, the particles are put before the noun, right? In Korean, so particle comes first, so that's why it's called preposition, but in Korean, it is put after a noun, right? So this is called postposition. So particle follows the noun. So particles are what are put after a noun to add certain meanings. Okay, are you guys following me? Can you guys hear me perfectly? I guess you are. I hope so. Okay, so let's continue our lesson today. So I brought a few sentences that we can practice with. So let's look at we're first going to read the example sentences that I brought so that you can get the hang of how the particles are used in general. And then we're going to break down the differences and the right usage of each particle. So in case you don't get like certain parts right away while reading the sentences, please don't worry because we'll get to the explanation afterwards. So let's first practice reading the sentences. Okay, so 저는 오늘 아침에 편의점에 갔어요. 저는 오늘 아침에 오늘 is today, right? 아침 means morning. I should use a pen. Morning. And this is a particle. Okay, so let me first mark the particles first for your better understanding. So these are the particles that we're going to learn. And I'm pretty sure you already know, but these two are also particles, right? So 는 and 이 are subject marking particles and 를 is an object marking particles, right? But today we're going to learn specifically about 에, 에서, 에게, and 로. So let's continue reading. 저는 오늘 아침에 in the morning 편의점에 갔어요. So these two look the same and pronounce the same, and they're basically the same word, but they mean different things in each place. So 아침에 means in the morning, but when you say 편의점에 갔어요, it means, so 갔어요 is the past verb of 가다, which means to go, right? So this means went, and 편의점 is a convenience store, as you can see here. So this means to a convenience store. So depending on the context, sometimes 에 can mean to and sometimes in. And like I said, we're going to go specifically into this afterwards. And 편의점에 아주머니 한 분이 계셨어요. So 편의점, we learned that this means a convenience store, right? In the convenience store, 아주머니 한 분이 계셨어요. So 아주머니 is a friendly way to call a middle-aged woman. So 한 분, so 분 is an honorific form of the counterword 명. We learned that 명 is used when we're counting people, right? So 한 명 means one person, but when you say 분, you are kind of showing respect to 아주머니. So rather than saying 아주머니 한 명, 아주머니 한 분 sounds more respectful. So 편의점에 in the convenience store, 아주머니 한 분이 계셨어요. 계셨어요. We learned that this is the past verb of 계시다, which means to be. So this sentence means in the convenience store, there was one middle-aged woman. So you can also see that this and this all look the same and sound the same and look like the same word, but they have different meanings. The first one means to the convenience store, and the second one means in the convenience store, and we're gonna get to it soon. And let's move on to the next sentence. 편의점에서 아이스크림 2개를 샀어요. Okay, so I have my laptop right here beside me. So I will be checking comments from time to time, but please know that I will be more focused on doing the lesson. So please understand even if I don't get back to your comment in the live chat session. And let me just answer back to one question. So will this be uploaded as a video? Yes, this whole entire video will be uploaded. So please don't worry if you have to miss this live class. So let's continue. 편의점에서 아이스크림 2개를 샀어요. Okay, I will slow down, Philip. I will slow down. 편의점에서 아이스크림 2개를 샀어요. So this means in the convenience store, 아이스크림 means ice cream, and 2개. 개 is a counter word that's used when you're counting items, right? So 2개 means 2, right? So this means ice cream 2개 means 2 ice cream. And 샀어요 is the past verb of 사다, which means to buy. So this means bought. Bought 2 ice creams at a convenience store or in a convenience store. So we just learned that this means in the convenience store. But we also learned that this also means in the convenience store. So these two mean the same, but you cannot say 편의점에 in this context. And this is also what we're going to learn soon. And let's move on to the next 2 sentences. And then we're gonna go to the explanation. Okay, so 편의점에서 학교로 갔어요. Convenience store에서 학교로 갔어요. So 갔어요 is a past verb of 가다, right? So this means went, right? So I will try to write down the meaning. And 학교로, 학교 means school, right? And 로 here means to school. This is also the particle that we're going to learn. So 편의점에서. And here, you might guess that this means in the convenience store. However, 에서 also has another meaning, which is from. So in this context, this means from the convenience store, I went to school. 편의점에서 학교로 갔어요. And the next sentence is a little bit complex. So if you have checked my how to say because in Korean video, you already know this expression, what this expression means. So when you say 너무 일찍 와서 학교에 사람이 적었어요. 너무 too, right? 일찍 means early. And there should be a space in between, but I forgot to put the space, but it doesn't matter. Too early. 와서. Can you guess what it means? 와서. So, 와서 is a combination of 와, which is the present verb of 오다, which means to come. And when you put 서 after a verb, it indicates a reason, right? So, because too early came. So it means because I came too early. Because I came too early, 학교에 사람이 적었어요. School, and this 에 here means at or in. Too early came. So in school, 사람이 person 적었어요. So when you say something 이 적었어요, it means there is small amount of something. So 적다 means to be small, usually in amount. So when you say 사람이 적다, means like there weren't many people. So 너무 일찍 와서 학교에 사람이 적었어요 means there weren't many people because I came too early. Okay, so these were the example sentences that we learned beforehand. And now let's move on to specifically learning about the right usage, the correct usage of each particle that we just learned, that we just covered. Okay, so we learned that 에 is used after a place noun, right? So the place noun that we learned in the sentences that we just looked at were 학교 or 편의점. 학교 means school. Oh, what's wrong with my handwriting? 학교, school, 편의점, convenience store. So when you when you put place noun and then 에 follows, it sometimes means in a place or at a place. And we also checked that when we say 학교에 가다 or 편의점에 가다, it means to go to 학교, go to convenience store, right? Okay. So how should I explain this better? Oh, okay. So if you have checked the preview note that I posted on the Instagram or the Patreon page, there is a difference between 에 and 에서 when the location noun is placed. The preceding noun is the location noun. And we're going to first look at 에 first. So let me take out the pieces of paper where the example sentences are written so that we can better compare. All right, so let's start with 에 with place noun. So this one is 에 with place noun, and this one is also 에 with place noun, right? And these two don't have the same meaning. This one means to a convenience store, and this one meant in the convenience store, right? So let's first look at the first meaning of 에 followed by place noun. It means in and at. However, there are limited amount of verbs that can come come before 에. So verbs like 있다 or 살다. And these are the kinds of verbs that indicate the presence of something or somebody. So the location of something or somebody's presence, not where the specific action is taking place, but just the overall presence of something or somebody. So when you say 편의점에 아주머니 한 분이 계셨어요. So 계셨어요 meant there is, right? There is an old woman. There is a middle-aged woman. So that indicates the presence of this middle-aged lady, right? So that's why due to this verb, you have to use a particle. So 편의점에 아주머니 한 분이 계셨어요. And it would be very weird. Okay, so a and eseo are two most confusing particles. Like learners mix them up a lot, like when to use a and when to use eseo. But you have to know the correct usage, like when to use which one in order not to sound weird or awkward. So in this case, when you say there is someone or there is something, you should say there is something at a certain place. You should put a for a particle for that certain place, not eseo. And we're going to learn more about that when we cover eseo. But moving on to, actually, let's write some of the example sentences. Or maybe it would be better if I explain first and then move on to further example sentences. Okay, so I guess let's do just one. So 살다 is a verb that means live, right? Could you please go a bit slower, or are you doing a review at the end? It's a lot of info to absorb. Oh yeah, I know. Don't worry, she speaks faster. Okay, I get that it's a bit overwhelming to get because there's a lot to take in. I'm sorry, I'll try to slow down. Oh, okay, I will do more revision. Guys, don't worry too much because so these are all the sentences and materials that I brought, and also I brought quizzes at the end, so we'll have plenty of times to review what we learned, okay? Okay, probably it wasn't the best idea to do a live session on this because this is something that needs a lot more like explanation, and it could be a lot more complicated. So it might have been better if I just made it into a video rather than a live class, but I'm just going to continue. I hope you understand if I go a bit fast or if it gets too complicated complicated along the way. But I hope you could follow as best as you can, and I will do my best too. Okay, so place noun. So if you say live somewhere, you also have to use the particle 에 for somewhere. So when you say I live in Seoul, you can say 서울에 살아요. 서울에 살아요. So 에 means in here. And because of the verb 살아요, you should put the particle in after 서울 because this is where you live. And also, if you want to say, my parents are in Seoul. So they are in. It's the presence, right? They're talking about their presence. So you can say 부모님이 서울에 계세요. 부모님이 서울에 계세요. My parents are at or are in Seoul. So 에 is used because you are talking about the presence of your parents, right? So that's why 에 is used. And 에 can also mean to go somewhere. So when 에 means to, there are verbs that can be followed, like 가다, 오다, or 도착하다. So 가다 means to go, 오다 means to come, 도착하다 means to arrive. So when you use 에 before these verbs, it means to go to a place, to come to a place, to arrive to a place. So I know that in English you guys say arrive at a place, but in Korean, 도착하다, this verb, is usually followed by 에. it usually comes with a particle, arrive to somewhere. So like the example sentences that we read, 저는 오늘 아침에 편의점에 갔어요. It means to a convenience store went, right? So because of this verb, so you cannot go in a place, right? You go to a place. So that's why 에 here is used to mean to. The direction where you're headed, the place where you're headed. 갔어요. 편의점에 갔어요. I went to the convenience store. So that's how 에 is used. It's placed after a place noun to mean in or at or to. But there are limited amount of verbs that can be used to mean in or at with 에, usually 있다 or 살다, the verbs that indicate the presence, right? Presence of a noun. And moving on to 에서, so place noun. So when 에서 is followed by a place noun, it also means at or in, just like 에. However, the verbs that can follow are different. So the verbs like 있다 or 살다 that indicate the presence are usually followed, or mostly, or all the time, followed by 에, right? However, with 에서, a verb that means a specific action is followed. So, for example, we looked at this example sentence. 편의점에 아이스크림 2개를 샀어. Okay, so Namran Nosnip said 나는 집에 있어, and that's a perfect sentence. So you can say 나는 집에 있어 because it indicates the presence of you, right? You are in the house. So that's a correct sentence. Thank you. Thank you. I think you are getting what we're learning here. So, oh, thank you. Okay, so where were we? So 에서 particle is followed by a verb that means specific action. So here, 편의점에서 아이스크림 2개를 샀어요. So I bought 2 ice cream at a convenience store. So buying is a specific action, right? Buying is a specific action. So you have to put 에서 at a place where you're doing that specific action. So you cannot say 편의점에 아이스크림 2개를 샀어요. You have to say 편의점에서 due to the verb. So far, I'm pretty sure that you got, when you are trying to understand the difference between 에 and 에서, you have to look at the verbs that follow. That way it'll make sense, right? And Frank Cano commented, 저는 콜롬비아에 살아요. And that's also correct. 나는 집에서 한국어를 배워요. That's, oh my God, that's perfect. Yes, you're getting it. You're getting it. All right, so that's how 에서 is used to mean at or in. And 에서 can also mean another thing, which means from. So if you look at this sentence, 편의점에서 학교로 갔어요. So when you say from something, it usually means the starting point, right? So 에서 is used when you want to indicate that the preceding noun is the starting point of somewhere. So if you look at the next sentence, it says 학교로 갔어요. Went to school. Went to school. So in this context, if you look at 에서, you can immediately notice that, oh, this means she is moving from convenience store to school. So that's why 에서 is used to mean from here, not in or at. So this doesn't mean at a convenience store went to school, but it means from the convenience store she went to school. So where's the review note that I brought? Oh, that's weird. It was right before me, right beside me. Never mind. I already have written here as well. Okay, so this is the differences. These are the differences between 에 and 에서 basically. So 에, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention when they are placed after the place noun, right? So 에 is used when you want to indicate the presence of something or somebody at a certain location. So like I said, the verbs that can follow are usually 살다 or 있다, right? And like we learned, 에 can also mean to, right? So the point where you are headed to. So when you say 저는 화장실에 있어요. I don't know if you can see my handwriting. It's tiny. 저는 화장실에 있어요. It means I am at bathroom. 화장실, the bathroom. So that's when you can use 에 particle. And also you can use 에 to mean to when you're headed to a certain location. So when you say you are going to the bathroom, not when you are at somewhere, you can also use 에. So this time the verb can change, right? I am going to the bathroom. 저는 화장실에 I go to the bathroom. 가요. So here you can see from this verb that 에 means to, right? And 에서 can also be used to mean at or in, like 에, but the difference is that it indicates the place of a specific action, not just the general presence of something or someone. So there can be a lot of verbs that can follow, like 공부하다, right? Or which means to study, or 요리하다, which means to cook. And I can see from the live chat comment that somebody wrote, 저는 아직 유튜브에서 한국어를 배워요. Okay, so I know what she meant. So I think you meant you are learning Korean on YouTube, right? So YouTube is a place. So it is true that you have to put the location particle. But here you can say 유튜브에서, not 에. 유튜브에서 배워요. 배워요 means to learn, right? Because learning is also a specific action, not the presence of something or somebody, right? So that's why you have to use 에서 and not 에. And 에서 can also mean the starting point of something. So it can mean from, right? So let's do the quiz first. 지수는, so 지수 is a name of somebody. 지수, it's a common Korean name. 지수는 살아요. 살아요 means to live, right? The verb that we learned. So it's correct to use 서울에. 지수는 서울에 살아요. However, I forgot to mention that 서울에서 is also possible because of the nature of the verb live. So I guess the most correct one is 서울에 살아요, but we also say somewhere에서 살아요 as well, but not with 있어요. Not with 있어요, just with 살아요. 에서 is also possible, but 에 is a more correct one. So you can either say 지수는 서울에 살아요 to mean 지수 lives in Seoul, or 지수는 서울에서 살아요. And how about this? Can you guys choose which one is right? Oh, I am checking the comment section. Yes, you guys are providing great example sentences. 저는 도서관에서 읽어요. I read in the library. Yes, 에서 is the right choice. 저는 집에서 한국어를 공부하고 있어요. Yes, 집에서, right? Because you are doing a specific action of studying. So very good job, guys. And can you guys choose between these two? Which one's the right answer? So I think there's a time gap between me and you guys. So I guess it is streamed a bit like, I think you guys are maybe like 5 or 10 seconds behind the actual real time. Do you get what I mean? So that's why I think it's taking time for you to like comment in the live session. 저는 서울에서 일해요. Yes, you guys are right. 저는 서울에서 일해요 because 일해요 means to work, right? It comes from 일하다, right? And 일하다, when you work, it's a specific action, right? It's not the presence of something or someone. So that's why you have to say 서울에서. And moving on to the next quiz. What is the difference between 집에 왔어요 and 집에서 왔어요? Can you guys tell? Oops. Okay. Can you guys tell? So I'm pretty sure you know what 왔어요 is. It's a past verb of 오다, which means to come. And 왔어요 means it's came, right? So they both mean came. And what is the difference between 집에 왔어요 and 집에서 왔어요? Okay, so 집 guys is home. It's not school. So 집에 왔어요 means I came to home. So I came to home, it means I came home. I came to the location that I was headed to, right? The location that I was headed to. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Location that I was headed to. So that's why 에 is used. 집에 왔어요. And if you say 집에서 왔어요, it cannot possibly mean I came in the house. It means a starting point. So, can you now guess what it means? Oh, hi, Cool Mint Blue, hi. Thank you so much once again. You don't really have to like spoil me with lots of donations because I know that you've given me so much so far, so you don't have to provide like financial support to me anymore. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Cool Mint Blue. Thank you. So what does 집에서 왔어요 mean? From house, I came. 집에서 왔어요. I came from home. So the person who's speaking this is probably somewhere right now, and he came from home to there, right? So 집에서 왔어요 and 집에 왔어요. That's the difference between these two sentences. I hope, well, this is very confusing actually. I'm pretty sure that if you are a beginner, it would take time for you to really get used to it. So keep practicing. So don't stress yourself even if you can't get it the first time, because it's completely normal, right? So look at, I prepared a lot more example sentences to help you understand better and help you get exposed more to these particles. So I hope I could be of help as much as I can, but it also takes a lot of practice and effort on your side as well. I hope you, I'm pretty sure that you know that. And moving on. Okay, so I was going to do more example sentences with the sentences that I brought. Okay, so let's do more. We have time. 저는 화장실에 있어요. We learned, actually I wrote this one over here, right? So we don't have to go over this once again. 저는 한남동에 살아요. Even if you don't know where the heck 한남동 is, you know that it means the person lives in 한남동. So 한남동 is a name of the town somewhere in Seoul. It's a rich town. But 저는 한남동에 살아요. I live in 한남동. And 저는 화장실에 가요. This is also the sentence that we covered here, right? When we're making comparison between 에 with different meanings, right? 화장실에 가요 means to bathroom, and 화장실에 있어요 means in the bathroom. And 화장실에 도착했어요 means I arrived at 화장실. So different, unlike in English, in Korean it's arrived to the bathroom, not arrived at the bathroom, right? So that's why 도착했어요 is followed with the particle 에. And in case you have forgotten, 도착했어요 is a verb that means arrived. So I arrived to the bathroom. And how about this question? 집에 언제 와? 집에 언제 와? What does it mean? 집에 언제 와? 언제 is a question word that means when, right? And 와 means to come. So 집에, to home, when, come. So when are you coming to home? When are you coming home? 집에 언제 와? All right. Should we cover all the sentences here? Yes, we can. So 화장실에서 만나자 means let's meet. 화장실에서. In or at the bathroom. 화장실에서 만나자. 에서 is used because when you are meeting people, it's a specific action, right? So that's why 에서 is used. And let's skip to this. Actually, no. Let's skip to this one. 미국에서 여행 중이에요. So we learned that noun 중이에요 means in the middle of noun. And it can also be changed to 여행하고 있어요 because it's a present progressive indicating that you're in the middle of doing certain action, right? So when you say 미국에서 여행 중이에요, it means I am traveling in the United States, 미국. So that's why 에서 is used because when you're traveling, you are doing a specific action, right? And also, when you are a student studying in the USA, you can also use 에서. 미국에서 공부 중이에요. I am studying in the United States of America. So it's not 미국에 공부 중이에요 because 공부, study, is a specific action, right? So when you say, I live in the United States of America, you can say 미국에, right? 미국에 살아요. But like I said, 에서 is also possible with the verb live, right? 살다. But 에 is more correct. So 미국에 살아요. But when you're doing something specific in the United States, you can say 미국에서 공부 중이에요. Or 미국에서 여행 중이에요. Alright, so let's move on now to, my table's a mess right now. Do you want to know something funny? So my microphone, so I bought a new microphone a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and this is a really well-functioning microphone. It's not like too expensive, but it's better than the one I had before, and it's literally duct taped. It's literally duct taped under, how do you call this? Around the tripod that I have, the small tripod that I have. It's literally duct taped. I hope I can show this to you guys. but I still find it funny because it looks very unprofessional. Like, not that I'm a professional, but still it's really funny. Okay, so moving on now to the second thing. The second, how do I say, the second most confusing thing about particles is the difference between 에 and 루. And I'm checking the comment right now. And yes, I am going to save this, guys. Or I don't think this is this is good for live, but I might edit the video and then re-upload this for the learners' better understanding. But I will upload another video on this. So I will re-upload maybe this particular live after I edit out some parts. But I will still upload it, so please don't worry. And 난 필리핀에서 왔어. Yes, that's also perfect. You came from the Philippines. I actually have a lot of viewers from the Philippines. Really, I was quite surprised. I think a lot of Filipinos learn Korean, and I'm very thankful. Filipinos all the way. Not all the way, sorry. I was trying to come up with the encouraging phrases used to thank people. It's not all the way. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's get back to the live lesson. So 에 versus 으로. 에 versus 으로. So we learned from the sentences that we learned. Okay, so I mentioned 로 first. 로, not first. Sorry, I am kind of, so it has been like 46 minutes, right? So I think I'm kind of losing my concentration a little bit. So excuse me, I'll have a sip of my tea first, and then we'll resume in 10 seconds. Okay. Oh, I see a lot of Philippines, Egypt, and Nicaragua. Wow, Panama. Wow. You guys are literally on the other side of the earth. That's so amazing. Indonesia. Okay, thank you for the encouragement. Let's resume the lesson. So, 에 and 로 are what confuses learners second most. And let's look at the difference. So we learned that 에 can also mean to, a headed point, right? So 에 means to, but we also learned that 로 also means to. So 편의점에서 학교로 갔어요 means from the convenience store I went to school, right? But how about I change 로 to 에? Because didn't you say 에 also means to? However, it is wrong to say 편의점에서 학교에 갔어요. Because there's a reason, of course. So 에 and 로 are in many cases interchangeable, but not always. And there are some subtle differences between the two. So 로 more implies that you are moving from somewhere, from point A to point B. So it indicates that, 로 indicates that you are moving to somewhere from somewhere else. Whereas 에 just focuses on getting to one point, and it doesn't really focus on from where you came from. Does this make sense? So there's a difference between 어디로 가요 and 어디에 가요. To prevent the reflection, let me put an extra piece of paper in between. Okay, that's good. So 어디로 가요 and 어디에 가요 mean the same thing. Where are you going? But they essentially mean the same thing, but the subtle difference there is that 어디로 가요 more means where are you headed to from here? Where are you headed to from here? And like direction wise, kind of. And 어디에 가요 is asking where are you going in general? Where are you going? Like which place are you going? So in case you're still confused, I brought a small dialogue to help you understand better. So A asks, 내일 어디에 갈까? 내일 어디에 갈까? 내일 어디 갈까? Tomorrow 어디에 갈까? Shall we go, right? 가 and 을까. Shall we go? So this is asking, where shall we go tomorrow? Like, which place shall we go tomorrow? And B answers, 공원에 가자. 공원에 가자. So when you put 자 after the stem of the verb, it means suggestion. Let's. So let's go to 공원. Let's go to park. 공원 means park. Let's go to 공원. And A asks once again, 어디로 갈까? At first, it might sound like a stupid question because he already asks, where are we going? And he got an answer. But why is he asking the same question again? Is he deaf? So that's not the case actually, because 어디로 갈까 means something different from 어디에 갈까. So let's look at the answer to this question from B. 한남동으로 가자. 한남동으로 가자. So 한남동, if you remember, this is a town, a rich town in Seoul. And he said, 가자. 한남동으로. Oh, so first I forgot to mention that when the preceding noun doesn't have 받침, you just put 로. And when the preceding noun has 받침, you put 로. 으, and then 로. There's also one exception to this rule, which we're going to learn soon. But with 받침, you put 으, and without 받침, you put 로. So that's why it's 한남동으로, not 한남동로, right? So let's go to 한남동. So what do you think is the difference between these two phrases? So from this part, we know that they have decided on where to go, right? They are going to the park, right? It's settled. They're going to a park. 공원에 갈 거예요. A와 B는 공원에 갈 거예요. A and B will go to the park. But by asking 어디로 갈까? She's asking which one among the many parks should we go to? So going to a park is decided, but which one should we be headed to? It means that. So that's why 로 is natural in this context. Does this make sense? So this is a very subtle difference, so it might take time to get used to, but I just want you to have the knowledge on this so that you don't really, you get the context. Like you don't get extra confused. Like why is he asking me back with 로? Do you see what I mean? So that's the difference. So yes, we just learned that when you say noun 로 or noun 으로, it means to a certain place, right? To a certain place. But what's the difference between 에 is that it indicates you're going to somewhere from somewhere else, right? It indicates that. And 로 also has many other meanings, one of which is the means of doing something. So this means, so when you say noun, 로, it can mean by a noun or with a noun. So, did I bring the example sentences? Oh. So when you say noun, 로, it could mean a means of transportation or a means of certain action. So let's look at these example sentences. Oh, so this is a dialogue. A, B, A. So A asks, 어제 강남에 갔어. We all know what this particle does in this sentence, right? Yesterday, I went to Gangnam. I went to Gangnam. 어떻게 갔어? Went, how, right? We learned this question word, how went. So how did you go? And this is equivalent to 뭐 타고 갔어? Which means what did you ride? So what did you go with? And he answers, 지하철로 갔어. 지하철로 갔어. 지하철 means subway. And notice that he used 로 particle. And here it means by subway went. So I went there by subway. So this is a really good example that means where 로 is used to mean a means of certain action or a means of transportation. And also, you can say 펜으로 쓰지 말고 연필로 써. 펜으로 쓰지 말고 연필로 써. Can you guys guess what this means? This is quite hard if you don't know the connection, a conjunction, Korean conjunction. But let me translate it to you. So pen here means a pen. So 으로 here is a particle that means means. So 쓰지 말고 means don't write and. So don't write it with a pen and write it with a pencil. So this whole sentence isn't really important. It's okay if you don't fully get the whole sentences, but the focus is on the particle 로. It is used to mean the means of something. So 펜으로 means using pen with pen, and 연필로 means using the pencil with pencil. I hope this makes sense. Oh, and one more thing. So you see that 연필 here has 받침, right? 리을 받침. But how come it's not 연필으로 and it's 연필로? Because pen here also has 받침, so 으로 is added, but why is it only 로? And it's because I told you that there is one exception to that rule, right? And it's 리을 받침. So when a preceding noun ends in 리을 받침, you don't have to put 으, you can just go with 로, 연필로. So for example, 팔 means arm. So when you want to say use your arm, you can say 팔로 해. 팔로 해. 팔로 해 means do, right? So do it with your arm. 팔로 해. So that's the exception to the rule. I hope you don't get confused. Can you explain the means of something further? Oh, I don't really understand. So you know what means is, right? Means, what's another word for means? So it's like a tool that you use. So, you know, but a taxi or subway cannot really be a tool. It's a vehicle that you go with, right? To assist you to go somewhere. So that's what means mean. I hope you got what I mean, Kyla. If you didn't, you can comment back. So means is like the assisting tool, right? 수단 in Korean, 수단. The method, yeah, that works too. So yeah, so it's already been an hour. Wow, I can't believe it's already been an hour because I brought like so many example sentences. I was planning to do all the quizzes here. It's like 3 pages, but I don't think we can finish this. Maybe I will have to do another like extra live class to follow it up, what we haven't finished in this live session. Media, yes, media is perfect, yes. So anything to assist you. Anything to assist you. Yeah, but except a person. So yeah, the means, method, and media that you use to help you do a certain action or to get somewhere. And in that case, that could be a transportation, right? Okay, so, all right. One, two, three. Okay, so we have 2 more usage of the particles to learn. I'm not sure if we can finish it on time. I was planning maybe like an hour and a half for this class, but it's gonna take way more to finish everything that I brought. So let's see how far we can make it until it reaches 1 hour and a half, and then we'll figure out what to do next. Okay, so moving on to the next sentences. So we learned from the previous story that the girl went to the convenience store and then she went back to, is it she or he? I'm still confused because I don't know who this unidentified person that I made up is, but let's call her, she. So she went to the convenience store, bought 2 ice creams, and then went to school, but found that there weren't many people, right? Do you remember the story? Let me show you once again. So this is the part where she went to the convenience store and bought 2 ice cream. And then she went back to school, she went to school, and there weren't that many people there, right? And the story goes on from there. Okay, so 8시에 수업이 시작되었어요. Let's look at the clock first. So I know this is a terrible drawing, but we can still see that it's 8 o'clock, right? 8시. Tori, thank you. Thank you very much, Tori. I'm glad I helped. I'm glad it's helpful. I'm glad you find it helpful. Yeah. And see here, this one is a better drawing than this one. So you can clearly see that this is 9 o'clock. 9시, right? So it's been an hour of a class, right? When you say 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, you say 시간. And when you want to say at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, like the specific time, not the period of time, right? You say 시, 9시, 9 o'clock, 1시간, 1 hour. So this was an hour class. And 수업 시작, 수업 끝. So 수업 means class, and 시작 means start. It can also be a noun when you add 하다, but here it's a noun. Class start, the class starting time to be specific. 수업 시작. No, that's not a good explanation. Okay, this is just class start. And where's the extra paper? to prevent the reflection. And 수업 끝. Good means end. It's also a noun. So class start at 8 o'clock and class end at 9 o'clock, right? 8시에 수업을. Oh, hi Jennifer. Thank you so much. Again, thank you very much. I'll buy a cup of coffee with that as your emoji suggests. So in Korean, we say emoticon to say emoji. We don't say emoji. So that's why I just said emoticon. I was about to say emoticon, then I revised it to emoji. Let's continue our lesson. 8시에 수업이 시작되었어요. 8시에 What kind of number do we use when telling the time? Oh, what kind of number? We use pure number when saying the time. For both how many hours and for the specific time, we use pure number. Okay, 8시에 수업이 시작되었어요. So 8시 means 8 o'clock. We just learned this, right? And there is a familiar word here, right? 8시에 수업이 시작되었어요. Class 시작되었어요. Okay, so you might have question on 되었어요. So I thought 시작 should be combined with 하다 to be a verb, but why is there 돼? So 시작, as we learned, means start. And when you say a verb, when you put 되었어요 after the noun of a verb, it means it becomes a passive form. So not every verb should be placed with 되었어요 to become a passive form. Not every verb, but some verbs can do that. So when you say 시작되었어요, it becomes the passive form of start. So it means to be started. 시작되었어요. So in English, I know they say the class started, but in Korean, we instead say 수업 is started. Or 수업이 시작했어요 can also make sense too. So this is not like that important, but both 시작되었어요 and 시작했어요 are acceptable. And the focus here is that a particle is used after the time noun, right? So here we can guess that, okay, so a can be placed not only after a place noun, but also after the time noun to mean at that certain time. And that's a perfect guess, and that's actually correct. That's true. So a can be both the time particle and the place particle. And if you see the next sentence, 9시에 수업이 끝났어요 means at 9 o'clock 수업이 끝났어요. 끝났어요 is the past verb of 끝나다, which means to end. Actually, 끝나다. Actually, it's more like is ended rather than end. 수업이 끝났어요. So the class is ended. So class ended. 9시에 수업이 끝났어요. And here 8시에서 9시까지 수업을 했어요. So 에서 is also a familiar particle that we just learned, right? So 에서 can also be placed after a place noun, but but here it is placed after the time noun, right? 8시에서. And it still works the same. It can mean from if it's put after the time noun. And when you say 8시에서 9시까지, so this is another particle that we are not going to really dive into it, but this 까지 means to, as in like the range or the deadline of something. And here it means range. So 8시에서 9시까지 is giving you the range of time. So from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. 수업을 했어요. 수업 means class, right? 수업을, the object marking particle, and 했어요. 했어요. So 하다 means do, and 했어요 is obviously the past verb of 하다, which means did. So when you say you did a class, it can mean two things. I think I've mentioned this in one of my videos, that it means you took the class as a student and you did the class as a teacher. But here, obviously, the speaker is a student, right? So it means she took class from 8 to 9. 8시에서 9시까지. And the next part. So she took class between 8 and 9, and let's see what happened next. Time marker. Yes, you can say that too. It's a time marker. It can be a time particle. It's a time marker. Both A and S어. So 쉬는 시간에 아이스크림을 먹었어요. So remember that the girl in the story bought 2 ice creams in the convenience store before she came to school. So these are the 2 ice cream that she bought. This one's chocolate flavored and this one's lemon flavored. So where's that piece of paper? Oh, here it is. Okay, so you can see that it's like 9:05. So it's a break time. 쉬는 시간 means a break time. And you can also see the familiar particle 에, right? 쉬는 시간에 아이스크림을 먹었어요. Ice cream means ice cream, right? 먹었어요, ate. In break time, at break time, she ate an ice cream. So the time marker, the time particle, 에 is used here after break time, 쉬는 시간, right? And so you can notice that 에 can come before pretty much any time noun, whether it's time, whether it's, month, year, day, or like specific period of time like 쉬는 시간, or vacation like 방학. You can put 에 as a time marker. And 친구에게 아이스크림 하나를 줬어요. And here there's a new particle. Say hi to 에게. So 친구에게 아이스크림 하나를 줬어요. So you can just say ice cream, but when you want to emphasize one, you can also put 하나. 아이스크림 하나, one ice cream. 2, 친구, which means friend. 줬어요, gave. I gave one ice cream to a friend. So if you have checked the review note already, where's the review note? Sorry, my desk is a mess right now. I don't remember where I put the review note. Please give me a minute. Ooh. What's the review note? Okay. Oh, that's weird. Oh, there it is. It fell. Okay. So if you've already checked the review note, you already know that 에게 means to, but the preceding noun is mostly a person. So when you say noun, 에게, it usually means to a person. So verbs like to give, show, call can be used. You are giving it to someone. You're showing it to someone. You're calling to someone. So here as well, the verb gave is used. And look at the particle that is used after a person noun. To, 에게, right? 에게. To a friend. 아이스크림을 하나 줬어요. She gave an ice cream to a friend. Okay, so this is the girl in the story, and this is her friend. And her friend asks, 이거 어디에서 샀어? 이거 어디에서 샀어? This one, 어디에서 샀어? 에서 is used, right? Can 에 be used? No, not a chance. Because 샀어 is a specific action verb. So you have to go with 에서 particle. So at where this bought. So where did you buy this? And she answers, 편의점에서 샀어. 편의점에서 샀어. And she also answers with 에서. At a convenience store, bought. So we don't need further explanation on this, right? Because we've dealt with this enough. And I forgot to do a friend, but this is a friend talking and this is the girl talking. Let's name the girl Jisoo. Okay, so the friend says, 점심시간에 분식집에서 떡볶이 먹자. 떡볶이 먹자. To be more correct, let's write the object marking particle. So 점심시간. So we learned that 시간 means time, the time itself. 점심 means lunch. So lunchtime at, right? A time marker 에 is used. At lunchtime, 분식집에서. 분식집. I am not sure if how many of you have heard of 분식집, but have you heard of 떡볶이? So I brought a picture here. So 떡볶이 is something that looks like this. It's called spicy rice cake in English. So 분식집 is a place where they sell mainly 떡볶이 and things like sundae, bibimbap, I don't know what this is, 튀김, stuff like that. And a lot of like students, high school, middle school students love this place, including myself. I'm not a high school student, but I still love to go to 분식집 to have some really great 떡볶이. 떡볶이 is one of my favorite food. I still crave it. I'm probably gonna eat this after I finish this live. But yeah, 분식집 is that kind of small restaurant where they sell stuff like 떡볶이 and 오뎅, things like that. So the friend says, at lunchtime, 점심시간에 분식집에서 떡볶이를 먹자. In lunchtime, at lunchtime, 에서 is used, right? Because of the verb 먹자. So she is suggesting that they specifically do something at somewhere, right? So it's not 에, it's 에서. 분식집에서 떡볶이를 먹자. Let's eat 떡볶이 at 분식집 in lunchtime. Okay, and she says, 그래. 그래 means okay. Okay. And you can see that it's 12 o'clock. So usually that's when the official lunchtime starts in Korea. So 12시에, 12시 means 12 o'clock, right? 12시에 time marker. 수업이 끝나고. So this is what we're gonna learn in our conjunction lesson. But this means two things, and or then. So 수업이 끝나, we learned that this means class ends, right? Class ends and then, so class ends at 12 and then 분식집으로 갔어요. 분식집으로 갔어요. 분식집, we learned that this is the name of the restaurant, and 갔어요 is the the past verb of to go. So, oh my god, I spit on here. Sorry. I went to 분식집. They went to 분식집. So 으로 is used. But do you remember that 으로 is sometimes replaceable with 에, but sometimes not. But here in this context, it is replaceable with 에. because this udo isn't used to emphasize you are going to somewhere from somewhere else, right? You're just heading to somewhere, right? So in this context, in this case, both e and 로 are acceptable. And is added because there is a 받침 in the preceding noun, right? I'm hoping they are starting to make sense to you guys. And the last sentence, wow, that I brought. The last main sentence, I mean. So 분식집에서 떡볶이를 맛있게 먹고 학교로 돌아갔어요. 분식집에서 떡볶이를 맛있게 먹고 학교로 돌아갔어요. So at 분식집 떡볶이를 맛있게 먹고, another conjunction. So let's do it till here. So at 분식집, deliciously eat 떡볶이, and then so 맛있게. So here's the difference between English and Korean. So in English you say I had fun or I enjoyed the food, right? But in Korean, if you kind of maybe can you see these sentences? If you kind of translate them word by word, it's gonna sound weird and it's gonna have a completely different meaning. Not so much as completely, but it's gonna have not the same meaning. But you guys say I had fun, but we say 저는 재미있게. So there could be various verbs that can come after, but let's go with 놀았어요. So we tend to use a lot of adverbs. So 재미있게 means funly, so in a fun way. So 저는 재미있게 놀았어요 means I funly played. So this basically means I had fun. I had a good time. 저는 재미있게 놀았어요. And when you want to say I enjoy the food, you can say 저는 음식을, we say 맛있게 먹었어요, which if you directly translate it means deliciously ate. But in English, it's weird if you say I deliciously ate it, right? But in Korean, that's how we say it. We use a lot of adverbs. So 맛있게 먹고 means they enjoyed the food at 분식집. They enjoyed 떡볶이 at 분식집. And then 학교로 돌아갔어요. 학교로 돌아갔어요. So 돌아갔어요 means 갔어요 means went, right? And if you put 돌아 before 가다 or 오다, it adds the meaning of to go back or to come back. So when you say come back, you can say 돌아와, 돌아와. But if you want to say go back, you can say 돌아가, 돌아가. So 돌아갔어요 means went back. So they went back to, right? To 학교, to school. So here also 로 can be replaced with 에 because they both mean to. 학교에 돌아갔어요. Alright. Wow. We've come very far. All we have left is some like miscellaneous or some, I guess, detailed explanation. So we just learned that a can also come after a time noun, right? It can be a time particle. So those time nouns can include time, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like 1시, 2시, 11시, 12시, like we learned, right? And it can also be the time of the day, like 아침, right? 아침, 저녁, morning, 저녁, evening, or night, 밤. And it can also be followed by a day. So today is 월요일 in Korea. Monday or 목요일. 목요일 is personally the busiest day for me. So 목요일 means Thursday. Or you can also say 주말. So 주말 means weekend. So when you say 주말에, it means on weekends, over the weekend. 주말에. And if you want to say on weekdays, you can say 주중. 주중. Weekdays in weekdays. So 주 here means week. And it's a Sino-Korean word. And 말 here is also a Sino-Korean word that means end. So literally, weekend, right? And 중, I'm pretty sure if you have watched my present progressive lesson, you remember 중 is also a Sino-Korean word that comes from this Chinese character, which means middle. So mid-week, so weekdays. In month, we learn how to say month in Korean. It's pretty easy. We use Sino-Korean word 1월, 2월, like 12월, right? December, January, February, and year, to 2020, 2020년. Sorry, you have to put 년. 2020년에, in the year 2020, or 1992, 1992년에, 저는 1992년에 태어났어요. 저는 1992년에 태어났어요. What I just said means I was born in 1992. And season, 봄, spring, 여름, summer, 가을, fall, 겨울, winter. So you can say 저는 겨울에 스키를 타요. 저는 겨울에 스키를 타요. I go skiing in the winter. Or 저는 여름에 수영을 해요. 수영 means swim. So it means 여름에 in the summer I go swimming. 저는 수영을 해요. Oh, and there are some exceptions where 에 cannot be placed as a time particle. 3 of the most common exceptions are 오늘, 내일, 어제. So if you have been paying attention, then I think you might have noticed that 아침에, so there's a time particle after 아침, but there is no time particle after 오늘, right? And is there any 내일 or 어제? And same works with 내일 and 어제. You should not say 오늘에, 내일에, 어제에 to mean in today, in tomorrow, or in yesterday. I guess it's same in English too, right? You guys say today to mean something happened today, and tomorrow to say something happened like tomorrow, something will happen tomorrow, and 어제, yesterday, right? So you say yesterday I bought a cup of coffee. You don't say in yesterday I bought a cup of coffee, right? So this wouldn't be a very difficult concept to get. But I hope you don't get confused. So I'm mentioning this just in case. 오늘, 내일, 어제 can be used on its own. And so Roger, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, commented, do people use 분식집 instead of 식당? So 분식집 is a type of 식당. So 식당 is a Korean word for a restaurant, and 분식집 might not be as fancy of a restaurant as any other restaurants, but 분식집 is a type of 식당. So yes, people use 분식집, and they also use other types of 식당 as well. I hope that answers your question. And there is just only one thing left before we finish this live class. Okay, I can now see that the number of viewers are decreasing. I can see that you guys are getting tired, and I know that focusing on one thing for an hour and a half straight is a really difficult thing. Like as a teacher, I really enjoy teaching, so it's not really a problem, but as learners. I know that you guys are staying up really late. Some of you are here very early, but I'm very thankful that you guys are willing to join and really watch and really follow me and study Korean with me. So thank you guys again. And this is the last part, I promise. So like I told you that I brought quizzes too, right? But I don't think we can do this today. So I'm gonna open one more live class on this subject, probably tomorrow. Or I'm thinking of kind of remaking this whole video, because I think this live was no problem, but there are some parts that I want to kind of edit out and make it more organized, so that when you guys watch it again, you can better, you can understand in a much better way. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So I might include these quizzes in that separate video, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm checking the comment section. Let's do some today. Are you sure? Okay. Let's do a few of these here, and then the ones in the next pages, we'll do it another time soon. Okay. So we learned. Oh, actually, we don't need further explanation on this, right? Because we already learned that 에게 is followed by a person noun, and it means to that person, and for that person, right? And it's usually followed by the verb give, tell, show, call. So yes, we don't need further explanation. So that saves us some time to do quizzes. And oh, Bram, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support. Okay, so let's do some quizzes. Okay. Can you please post a quiz in the social media or anyways? Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. That's actually, yes, that's a really good idea. So, yeah, I will share this file through a community post. Maybe I could post a link to a Google Drive, right? So that you guys can do the quizzes yourself first, and then check the answers with me during the live class, right? Because I want you guys to do it yourself and make the mistakes, make initial mistakes, and then correct them with me, because during that correcting process, it really, I don't know, I feel like it sticks in your head more deeply and a lot longer. So yeah, that's a really good idea. Thanks for suggesting. And I will make sure to share this file that includes these dialogues and these translation quizzes, so that you guys can do it alone. I am not sure at this point when I will do the next live. I am thinking the best is tomorrow or tonight. But by the way, it's morning time in Korea. It's 11:30 a.m. in Korea. So I will let you guys know. Okay? And we have 2 minutes left till it's an hour and a half full. Okay, let's do this one page first, and then we'll end the class, okay? Thank you for being patient with me. Okay, so let's do this. 우리 주말 뭐 할까? So this means, what should we do over the weekend? Oh wait, I should have provided the translation as well, so that you can fill in the blanks better. But how do you say, what shall we do over the weekend? On the weekend. 주말에, right? 주말에 뭐 할까? The time marking particle. And B suggests 가자. Let's go, right? Let's go to 놀이공원. 놀이공원 means a theme park like Disneyland or Everland in Korea. That sort of parks where you can ride roller coasters and Ferris wheels, stuff like that. And how do you say let's go to 놀이공원? It's A. But is it okay to say 으로? 놀이공원으로 가자? It wouldn't be entirely wrong, but I think A is more natural here because you guys are more focused on going to the theme park rather than moving to the theme park from somewhere else, from your house, right? So A is a more correct answer. And then A says, 그래, 여기, 놀이공원, 얼마나 걸려? So 얼마나 걸려? We learned this phrase when we were learning what 얼마 and 얼마나 mean. So 얼마나, how long, 걸려, take. So the translation, so what A means is how long does it take from here to the theme park. So how do you say from here to the theme park? I got a question from Rajesh that why not 공원에서? 공원에서. So this is something that we learned in the initial part of this lesson. So I am guessing that you probably missed that part, and it's because 에서 is used when you say from somewhere or at or in somewhere you're doing something specific, right? But this one is more suggesting we go to this place, not go in this place, right? You cannot go at a place because you are already not there, right? Do you get what I mean? So this is 놀이공원 A, but I will try to explain it in more detail in the next live class. So let's just finish up here till here, and then we're gonna wrap this whole lesson, and I'm gonna see you in another lesson. And I'm also going to share these whole quizzes, the file of these whole quizzes, through the community post, okay? So that you guys can do it yourself and then check the answers with me, okay? And a lot of you are giving correct answers. Yes, 여기에서 공원까지. 여기에서 놀이공원까지, right? And this 에서 is used with this meaning, right? From here to the theme park. Okay, so that was an hour and a half class. 1시간 반 수업이었어요. 여러분 모두 수고했어요. Good job. Well done, guys. Thank you for studying Korean with me. I don't know how many of you have actually stayed here all throughout an hour and a half, but thank you if you did. And I know that this is a very difficult topic. The particles can sometimes, or many times, be really confusing because of the verbs and the context. You have to consider all of that, right, to use it in the right way. So I understand, and please don't worry, even if you didn't get it the first time, you guys have to keep on practicing for them to actually stick in your head and for it to become a natural knowledge inside of you. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this lesson up, and so I will say goodbye here, and I will see you in the next live class, which I will announce again through a community post. Okay, so thank you guys. Bye. 수고했어요. 수고했어요.